Imagine this. You're halfway across the world, serving your country, and your younger sister calls you in tears. She's being harassed daily at her workplace, the very place you believed was safe. This is the story of Evan Carter, a soldier stationed overseas, and Maya Carter, the sister whose courage will shake an entire community. Maplewood Gardens was the picture of suburban perfection. Wide streets lined with perfectly trimmed hedges, security gates towering above, and surveillance cameras glinting under the sun. Residents boasted of peace of mind, paying top dollar to live somewhere nothing ugly could reach them. In the center of it all was the Amber Cup, a cozy modern cafe with floor-to-ceiling windows and warm wood tones. It was where neighbors exchanged polite smiles, students studied quietly, and retirees sipped lattes like life was a calm, scripted scene. And it was there that Maya Carter worked. Maya was 23, soft-spoken and fiercely responsible. With her dark curls pulled back, apron tied neatly, and hands moving with quiet precision, she was the kind of employee every cafe manager dreamed of. She worked part-time to cover bills and tuition, her family relying on her resilience. But resilience is tested in ways no one expects. Two HOA security officers, white men in black uniforms, began showing interest in her the first week she started. One smiled too long, one asked her out, and she politely declined. That simple no changed everything. From that day, harassment escalated. Every morning, the officers sat in the center booth, radios crackling, boots thudding against the polished floor. They made subtle, deliberate messes, spilled coffee, scattered sugar, misordered drinks, all while whispering mocking comments. Maya tried to ignore them. Customers noticed. Some glanced at the scene, then looked away. Everyone knew better than to cross HOA authority. The week of bullying, by Wednesday, the harassment became ritualized. One officer would bump into her, spilling coffee deliberately. The other would change orders mid-sentence, snapping his fingers. "Don't you have anything better to do?" One whispered mockingly. "You're just part-time? Figures," the other added loudly. Maya's stomach churned every morning. She stayed silent because she had no one else. She had no parents nearby, no backup. The only family she could count on was her older brother, Evan, and he was thousands of miles away, serving in a military operation overseas. When she called Evan the night before, crying so hard she could barely speak, he didn't hesitate. He asked for details, promised action, and told her, "Stand your ground, I'm coming." The next morning, Maya braced herself as usual. The officers arrived, smug and confident, expecting her fear. Saturday morning, the breaking point. The cafe was quieter than usual, morning sun streaming through the windows. Maya served a customer with calm precision, ignoring the officers' glares. At first they laughed, then they grew impatient. One grabbed her arm. The other slapped her across the face. The cafe froze. Customers stared, horrified, but no one moved. It felt like the walls themselves were holding their breath. The hero arrives. Then the door swung open. A bell chimed softly but decisively. Every head turned. Conversation stopped. Every eye instinctively followed a single figure. Evan Carter. He was tall, broad-shouldered, in full military fatigues. Boots clicked against the floor. His face was calm, but his presence radiated authority. He didn't scan the room. He didn't hesitate. Every step toward the officers drew the air tighter, heavier. The officers' smirks faded instantly. Confidence drained. Fear replaced arrogance. Evan approached. One officer tried to stammer an excuse. "It's a misunderstanding." Evan didn't flinch. His voice was calm but firm. "Did you touch her?" The officer faltered. Before another word could leave his mouth, Evan struck with controlled precision. One punch sent him sprawling. The other officer dropped to his knees, pleading, but Evan's presence alone silenced him. Police arrived within minutes, called by Evan himself. The two officers were arrested, their authority stripped, their power meaningless in front of the community they had terrorized. Maya stood beside her brother, shaken but unbroken. Evan kept his promise. He answered the call when it mattered most. Maplewood Gardens learned a harsh truth that day. Power means nothing when the wrong person decides to act. Maya returned to work, stronger than ever. The community watched, silently acknowledging that courage, love, and accountability had finally won. If you believe no one should ever be bullied, silenced, or humiliated, especially by those meant to protect, hit like, subscribe, and share this story. This is a story of courage, family, and justice, and it proves that standing your ground can change everything.